Locke Outdoors, and today we got a real special treat today. Stick around, stay tuned, wait for the intro, and then come back and we'll have a little boil up. And we got some equipment we're going to test. Me and my buddy Kirk. Okay, yeah, so what me and Kirk are doing, we're out, we got some equipment we're going to test out. Someone sent us a Biolite camp stove, one of those little camp stoves for charging up batteries. So we're going to give that a try. So we're setting up, we're going to set up a ridgeline and a tarp, and we're going to get a little fire, and we got some, was it moose soup?
We got some moose soup.
We got
some trail mix. And maybe a couple more surprises.
So Kirk and myself, now we just finished setting up our shelters, just a simple lean-to configuration. This is the Unigear 12 by 14 tarp that I've had for a while. It's a great little tarp. It's completely waterproof. There's the bag right there.
Comes in a bag this size.
Right there, fits really well, very lightweight, comes with a couple of pegs and some rope. And it also has a reflective liner, which is good for the heat. And what we're going to do, we're going to set up a little cook set here with the Biolite stoves, and we're going to get a fire started over there. So it just took us, what, 5 minutes? Not even 5 minutes to set this up. So tarps are one of the best gears I think that you can take for emergency shelters. And we just got this set up now for the sake of setting it up. So it should be pretty good.
For the night.
Probably even stay in overnight, eh? So one of the things that you got to remember, and I say this a lot, especially when you're out about to light a fire, especially on open ground in a non-prepared fire pit, you want to make sure that you have a good little fire lay. So you're not building your fire directly on the snow, because the water soaks up and it makes your fire less. So we got some rotten old wood there that we're going to build our fire on. We'll break that down, and then we'll build a fire on top of that. Very simple, easy safety and survival tip right there. So yeah, so here we are. We just got our fire started now, and we got our tripod built. We went and just put together a quick tripod, and we made a pot hanger. And now inside this pot is authentic homemade Newfoundland moose soup. So again, simple tripod and pot hanger, and that's my Primus bush pot. So again, I just want to call out a couple of the companies that sent me some gear to try out and to use. First of all, I want to thank Boil Up. They guys provided me the hat. I love this hat. Boil Up nl.ca is their website. Great little spot. Check them out. Local Newfoundland company, and I would love for these guys to become a little bit more popular, because they're a good company. I like them. They've been very friendly to me, chatting on Instagram. So go check them out on their Instagram page, Boil Up NL. And also, I'm also wearing my Wool Love thermals. These Wool Love thermals come from another Canadian company up in Ontario, I believe. And let's see if I can get their logo. So Wool Love, thermal merino wool material, nice and comfortable. I'm out here wearing nothing but wool today, and as you can see the steam coming off me, but this gear here is the best. I absolutely love it. So Wool Love, they got an actual website as well, but they also sell their stuff on Amazon, so you can check them out there. And use code Locke Outdoors if you want to. If you want to get, I think it's 15% off. If you go to their website and use Locke Outdoors, you can get 15% off their website. So if you want some good gear, I really recommend it. All right, so we got the moose soup boiling over there. Kirk's hanging off to the side there. I guess he doesn't want to be a YouTube star, I guess, huh? Anyway, yeah, so this was sent to me to try out. I'm really looking forward to it. It's the Biolite, Biolite.
Biolite.
Thank you. Biolite camp stove. And it's a camp stove, it's like a twig stove designed to charge a battery, and you can use it to charge your electronic devices like cameras or whatever. So for someone like me, I think this would be, if it works as well as I hope it does, I think it'll be a great little device. Now, just really quickly, just to go over it, it comes with a light, a little portable light that you can hook up to it. You got your battery pack and your fan, and you got your burn chamber. Now, the one thing right off the get-go that I noticed, which is really, and I didn't know this is a built-in fan. And on the side of this burn chamber, there is a inlet valve. And the way this works is that connects in like that. And that actually forces air. There's a fan in this that intakes air and blows it through the camp stove, which I think is going to make this twig stove really, really good, because that's the biggest problem with twig stoves or rocket stoves, is that airflow if it's not working right. So this forces air in. So I'm looking forward to try it out. There's various settings, and once it's charged, this is completely dead now, so we're going to see how long it takes for it to charge up and to generate power, and then yeah, we'll see what happens, so stay tuned.
I'm curious because the electronic part is plastic and it attaches right to the stove.
It must be like a high temperature plastic or something.
I guess it kind of gives you a bit of a handle if you had to move it as well.
That's true. Yeah, it would. And where it's locked in, it's not going to come out with the handles.
I wonder, will she give you an indicator light once she reaches a certain charge?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Or do you have to keep checking her after she burns for a while?
I would imagine that at some point it will start for you. Like it'll once it starts getting enough power, it'll just come on automatically, I think.
Maybe the fan will start on its own?
Yeah, maybe. All right, so it's 25 after 4 now, so we'll see how long it takes.
The tarp is great.
Isn't it a good tarp? I'm really happy with it.
I didn't bring a charger or a flashlight.
Oh gosh, we may be here for a while.
Good news is soup's ready.
Oh, all right. I don't see any troubleshooting section in there so far.
It probably says, on initial purchase, please charge for 2 to 3 hours before attempting to charge by fire.
See, the problem with every twig stove is airflow, right? So this thing is designed to work with even more so with the inbuilt fan. So you're fighting against it. But what do you think of the tarp, though?
I think the tarp's fantastic.
Like, I was a little worried at first because it's like almost like that nylon-ish plastic thing. But so I don't know how resilient. Like I would like to have like a canvas tarp, but they're so heavy. This is super light, man. Look how big this is.
I think in the summer, rather than a tent, like it'd be neat to have 2 hammocks and a tarp like that.
That's what a lot of people do, right? I've never tried it. I've heard lots of good stuff about.
Sometimes in Newfoundland, you can't find a patch of ground level enough to put a tent.
Yeah.
A hammock would be great.
And sometimes in Newfoundland, you can't find a tree strong enough to hold it up either.
So if anybody wants to send along a couple of camping hammocks to try out for this summer, feel free.
You hear that? Yeah, I'll try it. someone got a camping hammock. I would love to try it. I've never done it. Send two, and that way me and Kirk can do it. Oh, forget it. So as you can see, it's burning behind me here now, but we've been letting it burn now for roughly 30 minutes. See if there's any type of charge we can put into it, and we can't get a gig out of it yet, so it either needs to be initially charged first or there's something that we're doing wrong. But it's getting dark now, so we're going to start packing everything up and get ready to go. I'm just going to let that burn as we're breaking everything down. So it's dark now, but looks like we're going to go back to the camp, and we're testing out the Biolite some more, thinking that it may need to be initially charged first. Maybe it's been off for so long it needs to have a stronger charge. But yeah, stay tuned for part 2. We'll see what happens. So as I'm walking, a couple days ago I finished filming on the Biolite camp stove. And we learned a very valuable lesson with that camp stove. Now I had to return it to its owner. The owner wanted me to test it out and get a good feel of it. And I did. And I like it. It's a really good product. But there's something that everyone who has one of those needs to know. And it was an invaluable lesson that we learned, and something that we weren't expecting. The way it works is that it generates, as the fire burns, it generates heat. That heat is transferred into the battery and produces power and charges the battery. The thing is, if the power pack is completely drained, which this device, this stove wasn't used for over a year, and the battery was zero charge, had absolutely nothing in it. And so to use this stove effectively, and the way it's designed, on that power pack there is a fan, and that fan generates the vortex, which draws air in and really cranks up the heat like a billows will in a forge. Same idea. The problem is, if there's no power, then the way the camp stove is designed, it doesn't burn all that well without the fan running into it, because it doesn't draw air in very well. So it doesn't burn as hot as it should. And on the extremely cold temperature, which what it was that day that we were testing it, it was minus 9 degrees Celsius that day. And even though we had it burning for probably about 45 minutes, we could not generate enough heat, I think, to get that thermal conductor to work properly. And therefore it wouldn't charge, because it was just too cold. And the fact that we couldn't get the fan to run to increase it at a higher temperature, it wasn't charging. So as much as I do like the Biolite camp stove, I will recommend now to make sure that it has some charge at least when you bring it out for the first time, especially in cold temperatures. Because if that fan's not running, it's not going to burn as hot as it can, and it's not going to charge effectively. And it only worked for us after, and we can prove that it was charging and charging devices, when we brought it back home and plugged it in and charged it up manually using the power from the wall socket. So that's a very important piece of information that I didn't see written anywhere in the instructions about the trouble that you will face if on a dead charge in really cold temperatures. So, do I recommend the Biolite camp stove? I do. Do I want one? Yes. But you need to know that 100%.